Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, it's your dog Tweedy back again, and we're gonna be looking at CEO pools. Now, this is a very important tournament because there's only, I think, 4 events left in the season for points, and it's gonna be, and there's only one demigod, and there's 3 combatants, and the one demigod is Evo, and the 3 combatants are this one, Blink Respawn in Dominican Republic next month, and then versus fighting in Birmingham in August. And the demigod events earn you more points than combatants, but combatants still important. You can still earn a good amount of points, so it's gonna be important for a few select players here. And obviously, like, it's just always fun to watch a tournament. So let's look at this first pool. So we got King Gambler. So Gambler, very important tournament for him. He's around like top 20 on the leaderboard. Now, because Nicolas ended up winning the Liga Latina South qualifier, that opens it up to where if you're top 10 on the leaderboard, you make it in, because Nicolas was guaranteed around like that top 6 range, and now he's doesn't count anymore. Same with Kanimani. So very important tournament for King Gambler. We got Parsa here. Parsa was a good noob on MK11. Not sure who he plays on this game. Maybe Baraka? Feel like I've seen him playing Baraka. Maybe not. Then we got K-Mac there. Amazing Quan player. And then Ninja. Now, it's unclear on if Ninja's going to play or not. Some people have said he's not going to play. He has been playing MK Online on a Heidi called Jason Tatum's Leg a lot. But he's also focused on Tekken at this event because it is a World Championship qualifier. Also, like, at this point, winning CEO is not enough to make it into Final Combat if you have no points like Ninja does. So, I don't know. If he's still playing MK on that Heidi a lot, maybe he's just looking at winning Evo. Or like getting like top 3 at Evo, something like that. I don't know. Because again, if you have 0 points today, winning a combatant event is not nearly enough. It's really important for players that already have points, but if you have 0 points, you're going to also need to do some at Evo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got El Kukui here. Kukui, obviously the twin of Mighty and Just. He has a little bit of points, but similar to Ninja, like, even if he won this event, I don't think he would be in the top like 8 or 10 on the leaderboard. But still important for him. He is going to Evo as well, so this is kind of do or die for him. He needs kind of a cushion to where he can get a good Evo placement and then possibly be in the standings for Final Combat. And then we got Diddle going. Diddle, similar to Ninja, has no points. And this is actually his first event this season. I think he's playing Homelander. So it's going to be interesting. This is a pretty stacked pool. Let's move on to the next pool. So Dialoc. This is a very important event for Dialoc because he's like same range as Gambler, like top 15-ish in the standings. And obviously, like, just gameplay-wise, Dialoc's one of the strongest MK1 players. Won CEO last year. Always takes Sonic to the limit. Top 6 at Evo. You name it. But he wasn't able to make Final Combat last year. He wasn't able to make it LCQ. Wasn't able to get enough points. He got top 8 at Combat Breaker too, right? Last year or 9th. Either way, he got top 8 this year. And the only events he's gone to this year so far are Texas Showdown and Combo Breaker. And he got 2nd at Texas Showdown, reset Sonic. Couldn't quite get it done after the reset, though. And then 7th at Combo Breaker. So he has a decent amount of points. He has like enough to be in like top 15 range. So he needs a big performance at here in Evo to solidify himself in that top 10. And then we have Hercules, former Kenshi player, now playing Cyrax, pretty good with that character. And then we have Reckless, who is a I played him the other night. He was playing Johnny and he was playing Scorpion against me. I think he plays like a slew of characters. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is a little stacked portion of the pool. There's 3 notable players in this little side, so pretty stacked right there. And then we got Sikander. I believe Sikander is confirmed going, so we'll see how he does. Now, maybe one of Sikander's viewers can get this message to him. So at the Brazil tournament, he tweeted, I just got to the venue, about to play my first set on stream. Now, here's the thing that people got to understand. I know I haven't been offline in a while, but I've been to like 50 offline tournaments. A lot of the time, people will not adjust to the monitor, and that makes them think offline's way different. Offline is a bit different, but there's still VSync on, stuff like that. So it's not as different as you would think, but what is different is the monitors. If you go on like input lag database websites, you'll see like almost no monitors are the same when it comes to input lag. they all got like 1 millisecond response time and all that. But as far as input lag, every monitor's a little different. You know what I mean? And the monitor at the venue is probably either going to be a little different than what you play on at home, which is going to mess up your combos on a fighting game, or it's going to be way different. I remember I got to a local before on Injustice 2, and dude, I couldn't even do 4-2-3 with Superman on the monitors. So I had to sit there and warm up for an hour. And that's what I suggest. I suggest warming up on the monitors for about an hour at the venue. Get there about 2 hours beforehand, because you never know like when setups are going to be free, or if someone's going to like maybe like bother you there, like, and get you away from the games for a minute. So you want to give yourself a little cushion of like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, getting there early to the venue so you can warm up, make sure you're adjusted to the monitor. Because Sikander didn't do that in Brazil, and I feel like he's confusing the difference in the monitor with offline being so different. Because sure, offline is a little different, but the difference in the monitor is going to be way more crucial. So if one of Sikander's viewers could tell him to do that, he'll have a much better performance here than he did in Brazil. And then we got Rez going. Rez doesn't really play the game too much, I don't think. How do you say her name? Yuno? I don't know how to say this person's name, but they are Emperors, so maybe they're good. I don't know. I haven't really seen their gameplay. I don't really recognize too many people on this side of the bracket compared to this side. I do recognize Rez, but I don't think he really plays. King Zoe, I kind of recognize that name, but I haven't seen them play, I don't think. So, yeah, someone tell Sikander to warm up on the monitors at the venue. All right, okay, so pool number 3, Mighty Unjust. Another person. So Unjust, similar to like Rewind, has really staked his Final Combat season on just going to Combo Breaker CEO and Evo. And he had a good performance at Combo Breaker. What did he get? 5th? He got 5th, I believe, right? So he's got decent points. Obviously, he didn't do as good as like Rewind, who put himself in a really good position. But he's still not in a bad position, right? 5th. If he does well here, does well at Evo, he could sneak in. We have Dynasty. I'm not sure. I recognize the name, but I'm not sure who they play. We have Joestar, who's Sin. Now, the Sin players are really good. I haven't played Joestar, but I just assume with that Sin tag that he's pretty good. So look out for that player. We have Alcatraz, who was really good at like Injustice 2 MKX, but I don't know who he plays on this game. Haven't seen him play. Krytus is a very good player. Plays a slew of characters. Johnny, Reptile, Homelander. So that's going to be interesting there. Blackery. Now, Blackery did get around like 17th, 25th-ish at Combo Breaker. Ended up losing to Gambler and Killer Shinnok. But looked pretty good. Made it out of his pool, stuff like that. Really good Sindel player. One of the stronger Sindels in America. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. We have Vanity. We have John Wick. Now, Broseph just qualified for Final Combat. Yeah, I will be, Larry. I will be. Broseph just qualified for Final Combat through Liga Latina North. So I don't know if he's going to end up going to CEO because he doesn't need the points now. Now, he does live in like Puerto Rico, so I assume the Florida trip isn't too tough to make for him. So he might still go to play for the prize pool, to play in a big tournament, stuff like that. Oh, you're not going? No, Green, damn. So yeah, he still might go, but he did qualify, so if he does go, it'll be gatekeeper status. All right, let's move on to the next pool. All right, we got Han. Now, Han got, I believe, 5th at Texas Showdown, or was it 4th? It was 5th, right? He got 5th at Texas Showdown. He got 7th at Combo Breaker, so he's got a decent amount of points. So he's another guy who could really use a big performance here. And then we have Bean Cell, one of the strongest Sindels in North America. Big Zoe. Big Zoe was a good katana on MK11. I'm not sure who he plays on this game. So this is a stacked little side of this pool if Big Zoe is as good at this game as MK11. And then we have Killer Shinnok, Brazilian player. I believe he... So we got 9th at the Brazil Major, which was a Demigod. So that was a good amount of points. 9th at Demigod gives you a good amount. And then he got 17th at CEO, or at Combo Breaker. So he's not doing as well as like Dialoc, Gambler, and Just. But he still has some points, you know what I mean? So a big performance here and then a big one at Evo. Could do a lot for him. We have Burrito Voorhees. Burrito Voorhees hasn't quite broken through on this game. He gets around like 13th to like 25th at events. But, you know, he's always looking good with that Gurr, always doing those setups super crispy, so definitely in there to cause upsets. Now let's look at pool B1. Snake Dough. Now, Snake Dough's floating around that, like, 8 to 12 range on the leaderboard, so every tournament is going to be, like, do or die super important for him. And, yeah, one of the best Havocs. Didn't quite qualify through his region. He ended up getting second to Nicolas in Liga Latina South, so that was a heartbreaker. But he's here at CEO. Let's see what he can do. And then we got Sin Plus. I haven't played against Plus. I have played a handful of the Sin players. I haven't played Plus or a Joestar. But again, like if you see that Sin tag, assume they're pretty good. They're all pretty sweaty. And then we got Zanzun. I think we saw Zanzun on stream at Combo Breaker. Didn't he play like Peacemaker? Something like that. And then we have Kukui again. What? We have double Kukui? I swear we already saw him. The pools just changed mid... What? Dude, the pools just changed mid us going over them. Kukui was in Big Daddy G-Spot before, wasn't he? Or am I on drugs? When we were just looking at that pool a minute ago, Big Daddy G, it wasn't Big Daddy G, it was Kukui. Alright, well, we got Big Daddy G now in this path with Diddle and Gambler and Hercules and K-Mac and Ninja. Okay, Big Daddy G, great smoke player. Doesn't really have any points right now, but, you know, he can always make a run. And then we already went over Kukui. Damn, they switched pools mid us going over it. So we got Kukui in the Snake Dough pad now. We got Darth Arma. Rebel, dude. So Rebel, obviously he got top 8 in NA East online finale. And he's really good with Cyrax. He's playing Cyrax Trimmer, which a lot of people are being like, oh, the Cyrax Madden Bow team is better than Cyrax Serena. I would also say Cyrax Trimmer is better as well than Cyrax Serena. I don't know if it's better than Madden Bow, but I think those two teams are better than the Serena team. And Rebel's really making that team shine online. So it's cool to see him make it out to this event. I think he's going to EVO as well. So going to be interested to see. Yeah, no green, yeah. He's supposedly focusing more on Tekken, but we'll see. Yoda of Speed, appreciate you being here. Okay, so in this pool, we got Gurr. Now, Gurr is around, like... Now, this is tough for Gurr, right? Because he's around, like, 5th or 6th in points. But it's going to be hard for him to gain points here because in this pro competition season, your top 2 demigods and your top 2 combatant events are what counts towards your points. And Gurr already has I believe a 3rd and a 4th place at a combatant. So he has to place higher than 4th for this tournament to even matter for him points-wise. Obviously, Gurr, a great player. He's capable of that, but it's just crazy because, like, any of these other players, if they get, like, 9th or 7th or 5th, it's like, okay, didn't do as good as I wanted, but at least I got something. Now we can go into EVO. For Gurr, it's like he has to get, like, 3rd, or it doesn't even really matter for him. But with that said, though, he is in a way better position on the leaderboard than any of those players we talked about before. So he could just put icing on the cake if he does end up getting top 3. We have Toxin. So Toxin's very good with Ermac on this game. I don't know how much he's been playing lately, but very good with Ermac. Syzoth, I recognize the name. Haven't seen them play. I imagine they got to play Reptile. Yadriel, very good Kenshi. Staying loyal to Kenshi. Remember, he's checking his watch and all that. That was hype. And then we have Samij. So Samij said he couldn't go to Combo Breaker, and he felt like he would have done well. And I actually talked to him, and I was like, were you talking about MK when you said that? And he said, no, I was talking about Fatal Fury. So, because I get demonic on Discord sometimes, y'all. Not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes. All right, yeah, so Samij is apparently focusing on Fatal Fury, so we'll see how that goes. He's still entered MK, so we'll see. We'll see what he does. All right, so in this pool, we got Kale. Kale obviously already qualified for Final Combat. He is just here to gatekeep, play for the prize pool, play for the love of it, stuff like that. Just getting ready to send feed pics? Damn. Yeah, I didn't know the messages would pop up like that during stream. That was weird. But yeah, Kale playing for the prize pool, playing to gatekeep, stuff like that. And then we have Sparks here. Probably the only like really known Indiana player besides me. He did decent at Combo Breaker. He made it out of his pool, stuff like that. So We'll see what he can do here. Zentai was very good at MK11. Not really sure if he plays this game. And then we have Wits, who's a very good Raiden player. He's in Sins, looking to make a deep run here. Zork was good at MK11. Not sure if he plays this game. Rio, same thing. I'm pretty sure Rio's decent at this game, but I haven't seen a lot of him on here. But yeah, he's going to CEO as well. And then we got the final pool. We got Rewind. So this is a big event for Rewind. He got second at Combo Breaker. So, yeah, if he has a good performance here, decent performance at Evo, he's going to be looking, or better, he's going to be looking good for Final Combat. He put himself around like 10th on the leaderboard, which because of Connie, Monty, and Nicolas qualifying through regionals, that means if Final Combat started today, I believe Rewind would be in. So if he does well here, does well at Evo, then he's going to be looking good for the finale. And then we have Busman, very good Havoc player. I believe he got 9th at Texas Showdown, 1 Frosty Faustings. I think he went to... Did he go to Combo Breaker? Wait, did I say he got 9th at Combo Breaker? He got 9th at Texas Showdown. He got 1st at Frosty. I'm not sure if he went to Combo Breaker, but he's here at CEO. And then we got Full Autoplay, and Natara didn't do too good at Combo Breaker, made out of his pool, but lost quickly after to Bandinos, who went on a crazy run. So yeah, that's pools, y'all. That's pools, y'all. It's going to be Friday and Saturday. We'll have to look for the schedule. All right, so what day is it today? Monday. I'll make another video and tell y'all the schedule when we get closer, because it's going to be like Friday and Saturday. I'll make another video on like Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll find the schedule. But yeah, y'all, that's the pools. Looking forward to it. Important tournament for a lot of these players, and it could be a breakout tournament for some of these players who, you know, haven't quite played super high yet, but are very good. So we'll see, y'all. We'll see.